Every 12 hours in Britain, a child is abducted by a parent or family member.
No! Look up, look up! Good girl, good girl! Good girl! Good girl, good girl! Good girl! Dadush, Dadush! Give me Dadush! Give me Dadush, Dadush!
Britons are increasingly finding partners from abroad. But when these relationships break down, things can get messy. Especially when children are involved.
Amina was treated more like a possession than a child. I don't believe it was done out of love, because if you love your child that much, you would never want to harm your child.
In the last decade, the number of parental child abductions has doubled in Britain.
Sometimes I think I can hear her voice. She's calling me, Mommy.
Let go.
The left-behind parents suffer, and the siblings may also be damaged.
When you said, what do you want for Christmas, what did you say?
Crystal.
Who's Crystal?
My sister.
Where is she?
In Poland.
You want to get her back?
Yes.
Good afternoon, Reunite. How can I help? My name's Joanne.
So you say Mum's has now gone over to America? Is that right? So Dad's Canadian?
Reunite International is a charity that supports parents affected by child abduction.
Does she have any family links in the Caribbean?
In 2014, they dealt with almost 600 new cases. Their helpline has never been busier.
It's really imperative that you keep Mum in the country when she comes in.
It is heartbreaking for parents going through this situation. For you as a parent to know that somewhere your child is out there, you don't know if they're well. You know, fundamentally, you don't even know if they're alive, but you don't know what their life is. Are they happy? Are they waking up every morning and wondering where you are?
So he's with Mum's family at the moment, isn't
well,
he?
The kidnappers, yeah. Well, let's be honest about it, that's what they are. They kidnapped a child and they're allowed to get away with it.
A lot of people will say, well, the child's with one parent, so what is the problem? But it's not about being with one parent. It's about their whole life has just been erased. So it's incredibly damaging to that child.
Amina Khan was abducted to Pakistan by her mother when she was 6 years old. Her father, South Londoner Sufraz Khan, hasn't seen Amina for over 3 years. Sufraz, a research scientist, married Hummer, a GP, in 2004. After a difficult divorce, Sufraz was given custody. When Amina was 6, she went to stay with her mother for 2 weeks, giving Hummer the time and opportunity to smuggle her to Pakistan.
I was just lost. I suffered depression, anxiety. I was unable to sleep. And during the course of the last over 2 years, there's a sense of hopelessness. You feel that, you know, there's no hope for you, that you're ever going to see your child again. And it feels like a bereavement. Your child's gone, that's it. And all you have left is, you know, school uniforms, her toys, her clothes, and everything that is Amina is left behind but without the child.
Look at me. Say something for the camera.
As a parent, to go through something like that, it's so easy for them to slip into depression. Already this year we've had 3 suicides, all fathers, because they just couldn't cope with it. There's not as much support for fathers who are going through this process. Certainly there is this perception that, well, if the child is with the mother, then that child is going to be fine. Sometimes what we see is, well, he must have been an awful father. What was he doing in that relationship for the mother to have to flee that relationship? When actually we know that mothers abduct because, for the simple reason, they want to go home. They don't want to stay in this country.
Over 70% of abductions are actually carried out by mothers. It's fathers like Sufraz that are more likely to be left behind.
Everything that I did revolved around Amina, because for me, you know, children come first. I just love being with my daughter, and we had a very, very strong bond. Amina is just always happy, and she's a very chatty little child and just very active and full of energy. I believe that she knows, you know, that I love her a lot, and so I just think that there's a little bit of me that hopes that my daughter will remember me, and I just hope that she grows up, and when she does, that she can find her way back home.
Gosia's daughter Talia was abducted by her husband when she was just 3 months old.
The photo of Talia I have always with me is so special because I can have her in my arms. I can feel her. And always I will remember that.
Gosia from Poland moved to South Wales in 2002 to work as a nanny. She fell in love with Maher, who worked in a local takeaway.
I see he's very nice man and very polite and very handsome man. He said he loved me so much, so we should be together because the love is everything what we need.
They married, and in 2012, Talia was born.
Talia, she was very pretty and she was mine always. We talk and we walk. Everyone who see her, they always say, oh, she's gorgeous and she's beautiful. She look like you. But I know she have my husband's eyes and his hair. I think I was the happiest person in the world. I know maybe it's that for a short time, but I was very happy.
But just 3 months after Talia was born, Maher abducted her, taking her to his home country of Libya. Gosia has not seen her daughter for 2.5 years.
I missed everything. I missed her smile. I missed to seeing her. She's start to walk. I missed the so beautiful time for me and for her.
All Gosia has left is a handful of pictures and a few baby clothes.
I never washed them after. Always smell Talia. Maybe one day I can show her that I always keep her stuff with me.
It's a big day for Sufras. He's heading to the High Court. He believes his ex-wife's family were complicit in abducting and hiding his daughter in Pakistan, something they've always denied. Sufras took the family to court, but lost. Today he will hear if he has to pay their legal fees. After several hours of legal wrangling, his ex-wife's family are claiming £90,000 in legal costs, enough to bankrupt him.
I've been feeling numb all day because I've been expecting the worst. It's a very, very painful thing to say that I just need time out actually at the moment. I just cannot continue with this anymore. It's just like you've got no future, no hope. There's nothing to live for. My daughter didn't die of natural causes. I can't go to a graveyard and I can't visit her. She's just disappeared. She's gone.
What's going through your mind now?
That I'll never see my daughter again.
It's been 2.5 years since Craig Michael's daughter, Crystal, has slept in her bedroom. North Londoner Craig moved to Cyprus in 2005 and met Marta. They had 2 daughters together. 4 years after they met, Marta abducted Crystal, then just 15 months old, fleeing home to Poland.
That. Can you do any buttons up?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Crystal's older sister, 5-year-old Cassie, remained in Cyprus. Craig and his father, Robert, have done their best to give her a normal childhood.
It's heartbreaking, but I've gone through so many emotions that I'm pretty numb from it all now. I feel bad. I feel like I've failed. And now it's just an empty shell, you know. We haven't got those kids together. Wee! 1, 2, 7.
Marta later came back to Cyprus and tried to take Cassie as well. But Craig was alerted and managed to stop her.
Come. I'm gonna be first. Steady, go. Yeah, jump.
Both parents are desperate for the sisters to be together. But Craig is adamant they should be in Cyprus, Marta in Poland.
When you said, what do you want for Christmas? What did you say?
Crystal.
Who's Crystal?
My sister.
Where is she?
In Poland.
And you want to get her back?
Yes.
What do you want to do with her when you get her back?
Have a sleepover in my bed.
What, every day?
Yeah.
And play?
Yeah.
You're going to share your toys with her?
Yeah.
She's going to be happy?
Yeah.
Do you miss her a lot?
Yeah. And give her baby food.
She's not a baby anymore. She was a baby when she left, wasn't she? Now she's nearly as big as you.
Craig has pursued Marta through the Polish courts, using the Hague Convention, designed to bring about the prompt return of children abducted across international borders. Marta claims that she abducted Crystal as Craig misused drugs and alcohol and was physically and mentally abusive towards her and the children. Claims that Craig has always denied. The judge did not find the claims to be supported by evidence. He decided there was no risk of harm to Crystal, and she should be returned to Cyprus. But Marta has refused to bring her back, despite repeated court orders. 2 years on, Crystal is still in Poland.
I'm a normal guy. I'm just a normal dad, like everyone else. But I haven't stopped. Remember, that little girl needs her dad.
Craig is among a number of desperate parents who've decided to take desperate measures. He's turned to Child Abduction Recovery International, who say they specialize in the safe recovery of abducted children. Director Adam Whittington, an ex-soldier and former Met police officer, claims to have returned over 100 children from 50 different countries.
Parental child abduction is an epidemic proportions. It's crazily out of control. Most of our clients come to us as Craig after they've done everything legally possible, yet they hit a brick wall after the decision's been made in their favour. The Hague is a tool that assists in getting their children back. It's not a tool that will get their children back. It leaves absolutely no choice to parents but to do a recovery.
Parents like Craig can legally take their children back if they have the correct court orders. Adam's job is to trace the child and minimize confrontation and harm. The Polish authorities say they've been unable to find Crystal. Adam began his search at Marta's parents' home in Opole, and in just 11 hours, he found her.
So this is a quick video I took during surveillance. You'll see shortly the grandmother, the mother and Crystal leaving the shopping centre here. You can see Crystal in the pink, the little girl, and holding her hand is Marta, the mother. Crystal's never alone, for obvious reasons.
The British Foreign Office advises against parents taking their child back, as it can be illegal in some countries and put the child at risk. But Adam and Craig have the law on their side and will do everything to ensure Crystal's safety.
If I had made an attempt to get Crystal at that stage, it would have just jeopardised everything. It's not a smart opportunity, and we wouldn't take something like that. Obviously Marta, the mother and the grandmother, would be screaming. You'd have 20, 30 people come around to assist, and they will assist the Polish person, in particular the mother, as they're not aware of the whole story. They don't know she's wanted. They don't know Crystal's been abducted.
Gosia's daughter Talia was abducted 2.5 years ago. A year after her husband snatched her, he returned to Britain, leaving Talia with his mother in Libya. He was convicted of child abduction and sentenced to 6.5 years in prison. Since then, Maha's family won't speak to Gosia, and she has had no contact with her daughter.
I'm looking for some help. And I know maybe it's not easy, but I know maybe someone can help me to bring my Talia back.
Today, Gosia is meeting Reunite International.
Gosia. Hello. Hi, it's really nice to meet you.
Joanne Orton specializes in repairing relationships between feuding families, torn apart by abduction.
Since Matt has been back in the UK, you've not spoken with his family at all. What was your relationship like with them before he came back here?
I try to be so nice for them, and I think Maher's mom, she's like my mom, so I give to them all my heart, but they take that all from me.
Gosia, it's possible that they think you're angry with them.
I'm not angry with Maher's family, and especially with his mom. I know I will never take Talia from them. They will not see her, because I know how it does feel.
Do you think they know that? Because over this 2 years, all trust has broken down. Sometimes a letter can be a really good way of initiating that contact. They've lost their son, they've lost their brother. It's difficult for them.
I know it's nothing be happen good if we are be angry for each other.
We'll put a plan together and we'll hopefully see what we can do and see if we can get you some contact with your little girl.
I believe.
You've got to believe.
Maybe not soon, but one day.
You're very brave and you're very strong. My pleasure.
Thank you.
All right, we'll speak soon.
Yes, bye.
Bye-bye. Whenever I hear that a child's been taken to Libya, I can honestly say my heart sinks. They don't necessarily recognise British court orders, and so they're not obligated to enforce those orders.
With no viable legal route, and Libya still in the midst of a civil war, Gosia's only hope may be an appeal to her mother-in-law's maternal instincts.
Talia, she's still so young, and she needs to know her mom. And I need to be with Talia because she's just the one I live for.
Craig Michael is in Poland, looking for his abducted daughter, Crystal. He's enlisted the help of Child Abduction Recovery International, specialists in returning abducted children.
I haven't seen Crystal walk, talk, learn anything because she was so young when she was abducted. So I've got a lot to catch up on, and I'm looking forward to that.
Craig's ex-partner, Marta, has ignored court orders to return Crystal. So Craig believes his only option is to catch Marta off guard. They're following Crystal's grandparents' car, waiting for the right moment to do this safely.
They've left McDonald's and they've gone to another shop down the road, which looks like they're parked in the car park. So we're going to go left, McDonald's. Here we go. That's the car. Yep, listen. Okay, it is a positive ID. Crystal's with the grandparents only.
Adam's plan is to beat the grandparents back to their house, wait out of sight, and then take Crystal when she gets out of the car.
You ready? Just grab Crystal. Okay, this is them. When I say go, go. Light. There's another car with 3 people.
It's Marta and some friends.
Stay down. It's okay.
Moments later, the grandparents' car arrives.
7 people. Let's go.
Adam calls it off. There are too many people to guarantee Crystal's safety.
I've been waiting 3 years to take Crystal. All I wanted to do, is just run around that corner, fight the world and take her back, you know.
Noisy, we were noisy, very noisy.
Craig, just relax.
Three days later, Craig takes a phone call from his lawyer. It's potentially bad news.
Robert, it's Craig.
I hope you would be done with this by today. She can apply at any second to the court for suspension of order, and then we don't have legal grounds to pursue this further.
His ex-partner, Marta, is appealing the court's decision to return Crystal to Cyprus, based on the fact that she's been in Poland for so long. Craig's legal right to return Crystal may be suspended.
How long are you going to stay in Poland now?
As long as it takes.
As long as it takes.
We're here every day from 6 in the morning. We get up and we're here all day long in the freezing cold, in out the cars, and something's going to happen bad, you know. Find me a way, Rob. Find me a way, all right?
Okay.
Bye. I want to get in the house and take my daughter to safety.
Of course you want to do that. Every father would. Every mother who has their kid taken would want to do that.
So why am I still sitting here and not doing it?
Well, Craig, if you want to do that, I walk. You do something silly, you're going to get locked up. I can't make that any clearer to you.
If that happened to your child, would you smash that door down?
No. You're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble, and you won't see Crystal again. This is the way the beast works. It's a
bullshit.
Now Craig has to just completely calm down. And it's a waiting game, and you know, If he does anything silly, then we're not taking any responsibility as far as my organisation goes, and we'll walk.
The way you're going, you're going to lose Crystal. You're going to blow it.
Okay, sorry. All right? Adam.
Mate, you just need to chill out. Honestly, you are going to blow the whole thing.
I won't be the
You
man
will?
doing that. I will not allow myself to do that.
Well, just calm down.
Okay.
Just seriously, just deep breaths, calm.
Sufraz Khan had feared a potentially crippling legal bill in his court battle to find his abducted daughter, Amina. The bill, when it came, was £30,000. Still a lot of money, but not enough to stop his search. He's turned to Alison Shanaby from Reunite.
We've got a solicitor over in Pakistan who's prepared to look at all of your judgments and anything else that we've got to show what's been going on under proceedings in Pakistan. There are always, every year, a core group of cases where there's huge barriers, huge challenges trying to find those children, and those cases just run on year after year. It's heartbreaking because you're dealing with these parents on a day-to-day basis, and you're sharing their emotions. You know how much it's the damage it's causing to these parents, the pain that they're going through.
Reunite have brought in Nick Johnston, a former Interpol officer who worked on child abduction cases to Pakistan.
Your ex-wife, so she's a doctor. Can she survive for long periods of time, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, without employment? The work has to be done on trying to look at seeing whether there's a weak link somewhere, because there will be a trail.
I guess that when I first went searching for Amina, it wasn't a very organised approach, and I did a lot of things that maybe in hindsight I would have done if I was a lot cooler and calmer. My main priority now is just to find her, at least find her, to even have half an hour with her. And that would be a starting point for me.
Giving up is not an option for Sufraz. Almost 70% of parents Reunite help get their abducted children back. Though Sufraz hasn't seen Amina for more than 3 years now, he remains optimistic.
I'm not alone, you know. There are a lot of parents who are in a similar situation. We just have to deal with it, and you know, just don't give up. I'm still trying all I can, because that's all I have left as a parent, is that motivation and that love for your child to try and find her.
Craig and Adam have been in Poland for over a week. They're waiting for the chance to take Craig's abducted daughter, Crystal, back to Cyprus. She's not left her grandparents' house for 6 days. So Adam moves in closer, to the end of their street.
Camera set up so it's basically looking straight down the footpath. You can see just the edge of the car with the snow on it. So anybody that comes out of that building, this will pick it up.
There goes Marta.
Just spotted Marta leaving by herself.
It'll just be the grandparents with Crystal if they do decide to leave this afternoon.
After being parked up for the best part of a day, suddenly, the moment they've been waiting for.
Crystal. There's Crystal. See her on the road. Okay, Crystal's outside, getting in the car.
This is it. There's no way I'm leaving without that baby.
Just confirm Crystal is in the car, so it is going to happen tonight. We're going to stick to the plan and wait for them to get back and do the recovery as easy as possible.
Adam has been told that Crystal's grandfather is a martial arts expert and may even be armed. As a precaution, he has a pepper spray, which is legal in Poland.
Okay, looks like they're coming home, so everybody, yeah, get ready, let's get out. Remember, in and out, no fucking around, okay?
Look up!
Craig is a stranger to Crystal.
Good girl.
He hasn't held her for 2.5 years.
Good girl. Status! Give me status! Give me status!
Adam is heading to the Cypriot embassy in Vienna. They have assisted the recovery by arranging an emergency passport for Crystal. An hour later, Crystal falls asleep. She's on her way to Cyprus, where she will see her sister, Cassie, for the first time in 2.5 years. Whether or not the two girls ever see their mother again is down to the courts, and Craig and Marta finding a way to put aside their differences.
Child abduction isn't about nationality. It's not about the rights of one parent over the rights of another. It's about the rights of a child to have a stable home environment and have a meaningful contact with both parents.
Never leave you again, okay? Promise. Okay?
How you feel, Craig?
I don't know. There's no words. I'm happy for her, and I'm happy for her sister, you know.
For 2 years, Marta has ignored the court rulings, numerous court rulings. She has no intention to hand Crystal back, regardless of what the authorities say. This is the only way he would have had the chance to take his daughter back home to Cyprus, is to enforce the court rulings himself.
seems Gosya's only hope of holding her daughter, Talia, is a letter to her mother-in-law.
Dear Mom, I don't know how I can start the letter to you. I love you, and I'd like to say thank you so much for all what you do for Talia. I know that you are very close to Talia. I can promise you that I will never take Talia from you and Maher. You are her family and mine. Always love you and thank you for all. Lots of love for Talia and family. All moms, they are the same. We love the children so much, more than anything. So I hope so she can understand me, that I need Talia more than anything. I know maybe we are not together now, but I believe one day we will be together and I can hug her and kiss her and say to her that I am her mom. She will be always my girl and she will be always in my heart.
Craig and Crystal have a flight home to catch. But first, Craig makes a Skype video call to his father and his 5-year-old daughter, Cassie.
Hi, you okay?
Hello there, it's Crystal.
Look what I got. Cassie, look what I got you.
Look, come and see Cassie. Look at this. There's your sister.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
Good.
You're giving Daddy a cuddle.
Calimera. Calimera.
Oh, wow. How long is this now, Craig? Since we saw 2 years?
More, yeah, probably.
How many times have I asked Marta, to get in contact with us and let the children see each other just for the sake of the children?
It's all in the past now, I had to do what I did and let's just concentrate on the future.
Craig, I can't believe this. Just seeing you two together again, it's just a dream come true.
If there's anything, just give me a call, yeah? Have a good flight.
Cheers, brother.
Hands up. Hands up.
Bye. Bye. Bye-bye, bravo!
She's amazingly happy. To give us kisses and cuddles is just, that's awesome. And that's why we do this job, just for the kids.
The sisters, who were separated 2.5 years ago, are now together in Cyprus. Since we finished filming, we contacted Marta. She told us she was desperate and blames Craig for separating her from her daughters. Her children are her life, and all she wants is for them to be happy and to have a normal childhood.
What colours have you got there, Crystal?
I have red and then yellow.
In May 2015, Marta pled guilty to child abduction and received an 18-month suspended sentence from a Cypriot judge.
In a little while, it's going to be my birthday.
Is it?
Yeah.
She's still fighting for custody of Crystal in Cyprus.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
In 2014, whilst helping a British-based mother to recover her child, Adam Whittington was arrested for entering Singapore illegally, restricting movement and causing harm. Adam told us he disputed the charges, and his footage of the incident was withheld by the police. To avoid 6 months in jail awaiting his trial, he pleaded guilty. He received a 10-week sentence and now continues his work. Sufraz's daughter, Amina, is still missing. He continues to fight through the courts. He will not give up. Gosia has heard nothing from Libya. She hopes that her husband in prison will decide to help.